What is your American dream?
My American dream right now is for equality, especially for black women in America. Flint, Michigan hasn't had water in 4 years, and that should be something that is focused on now.
My American dream is getting out of student debt and making sure that no generation has to endure this crippling debt like the millennials have. I'm tired of it. I want to be able to own a home. That's my American dream.
I want to live in a place where everybody's equal. That's it. That's the promise of this country, is that we could all be equal, that nobody is above anybody else. That's my American dream.
The American dream is the everyone, regardless the race, the religion, the ideology, we can sit at the same tables and have the same opportunity to say, I'm a free man, I'm in the free world, and we have we deserve a better opportunity.
My American dream is to complete my education, meet as many people from as many different backgrounds as I can, and to eventually go back home and bring that knowledge to my small country and make people feel like they're mobile and they're able to do whatever they want, wherever they want, with no restrictions.
Everyone has a right to the American dream.
Well, Spar and Bernstein has been nothing but great to me throughout my trials. I mean, it's 5 years into this car accident, and they never gave up on me, never. And in everything, they fought for me, and I am so proud to tell everyone, don't even wink for a moment. It's you, Spar and Bernstein. My lawyer here, Mr. Barack, has been a cage animal. He wanted to go on trial, but thank God we settled out of court, and it was something that I'm very, very happy about. So everyone, I'm telling you, I'm not just making stories up. You have to use this law firm. Spar and Bernstein is the best, worldwide best.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
The outcome of your divorce can affect you for the rest of your life. If you don't have the right attorney, you could literally be paid through the nose forever.
That's right, Brad. For example, did you know that half the money you put into your retirement during your marriage is up for grabs in your divorce? So a disagreement as to when your marriage exactly ended could cost you thousands of dollars from your hard-earned retirement fund. And let's say you bought a house together. Factors like who's paying the bills, who paid the down payment, and whether you're receiving rental income can all affect your settlement in huge ways.
If you're having family law issues, if you're having matrimonial issues, you need attorneys who are going to fight hard for you. Call the matrimonial department, the family law department here at the law offices of Spar and Bernstein.
This is an attorney advertisement. Prior results do not guarantee similar outcomes.
This is Kim Moore at the New York City Women's March, and today we are asking marchers questions about Dreamers, TPS. I have a feeling this is going to be a very opinionated bunch, as evidenced by the fact that someone literally just threw a banana peel at the Trump Tower sign. Let's find out what else they thought.
Leader, not a creepy tweeter. We want a real leader, not a creepy tweeter.
The government shut down on Friday over the fact that they were unable to reach a DACA deal. How do you guys feel about that?
Just the fact that there's even a discussion to take that away is just such a huge issue right now, especially being a child of immigrants. I think it's so important.
They need to simply agree that the 800,000 young dreamers can achieve the dream. Most of the Americans support the dreamers.
People need to put their personal feelings aside on whatever threats they think that dreamers may be to America and start thinking about how they can positively impact this country and how they have been positively impacting this country for years now.
Even though a government shutdown is not a good thing, I have friends who are in the armed services, I have friends who are federal workers, and this is going to hurt them, and I think it's a tragedy, but ultimately we have to stand up for what we believe in.
I find it really sad, and I hope that they're able to stay in this country.
And DACA being controlled. Now it's DACA, not control. Obama have nonsense policies like catch and release. This was nonsense. You caught on the board, you send back.
I think the fact that it happened on the 1-year anniversary of his inauguration is Very telling to the rest of his presidency.
Do you know of any dreamers that have been protected by DACA over the last few years?
I do. I've met some dreamers, yeah. Amazing people who we want to have in our country.
I came from Ecuador 23 years ago, and I have a son who is DACA recipient.
I'm Dominican, but I have a lot of Salvadorian, Peruvian. I'm half Honduran, and I do have a lot of friends and family who were impacted by this decision negatively, who are worried about what their future is in this country, and I care about them. I worry about them.
A couple friends back in Miami who are dreamers, and they're just very, worried right now as to what's coming next. So they're very unsure about what their next step is.
We never depend on the government. We work hard as a parents to give him the opportunity that we don't have in our country. And he came when we was 2 years old, and now he's doing wonderful. He graduated the college, he get a master's degree in Denver, and now he's teaching as a teacher.
How do you feel about the fact that Trump has removed TPS protections for several countries, including Honduras?
Yeah, and Honduras, El Salvador are countries that were removed from TPS, and he's sending people to their deaths. That's bare and blunt about it. Those people ran away from murderers, and they're being sent back to murderers.
Which people?
So it's Honduras, El Salvador, Haiti.
Everyone deserves a safe haven, and we shouldn't take that away from people who come here and try to do good for themselves and protect themselves.
I disagree that you should get people for 10%. I think we should build the camps like what Trump suggests, and like other countries should invest a lot of money and build the camps, support people, let them build their life and come back to their countries.
I just think that's the wrong move, because if you've made your life here, America is a melting pot, and if it doesn't matter where you come from, to just be ripped away from everything that you know to go to a country where you might not have family or might not understand their way of life, it's just wrong.
They should have the option either to stay or to go home. I don't think they should be forced to go back to a country where they might have been seeking refuge from or be seeking safety here in the U.S.
Revoking TPS status is probably the most Donald Trump thing to do.
I feel really worried for them, honestly. First of all, number one, they are not whole countries.
In my country, Ecuador, don't qualify for the TPS. But it's sad to the people who live in more than 10 years working in the right field with a legal status, and now is going to lose the TPS status.
Temporary status to give, I don't think so is a solution. It should be only temporary. Let's say till you build your house, build electricity, clean water, and then you need to come back. That's called temporary status, not a permanent status.
What's your message to the dreamers who are currently in the middle of this fight with the federal government?
I would have to say keep focusing on what you know is important and what you are doing to better yourself.
We're here for you. We love you. We are going to stay here for you. That's it.
Keep dreaming, keep fighting. There's people standing with you. We support you, we love you, and we welcome you with open arms.
One of Donald Trump's biggest proposals to curb illegal immigration is a border wall. How do you feel like that would impact illegal immigration?
It's bull crap. Bull crap!
The idea of a wall to keep people out is absolutely ludicrous.
Building a wall, I want people to get out of their mind that building a wall is about illegal immigration. It's a symbol of racism.
I don't think a wall is going to do anything. It's sort of kind of sending a message that we're trying to prevent people from coming here in a very strong and offensive way.
A wall will not stop one illegal immigrant. The majority of illegal immigrants come here on planes, on boats, in ways that a wall would never stop.
I also understand the United States don't need to fix what happened in our countries, because it's our country's problems. But making the wall is not going to resolve the problem. The people is going to find different ways to cross the border.
You're working on building a wall. Wall is must. You get the wall, we get the DACA, and you get this, let's say, we call him the green card lottery. Listen, anybody can get the green card lottery. This is nonsense.
He's ruining everything America stands for. I mean, aside from being dangerous with wars and everything, this guy is a maniac.
If you had a message to Donald Trump, that camera is Donald Trump. What do you say to him right now?
Go yourself.
Could we have a PG version, because we're kind of a family show?
We're watching. We see what's going on. It's not the fake news. It's not the Democrats. It's not the FBI. It's not the United Nations. It's you. You're the problem.
Absolutely, resign. Resign now, resign a week ago. We don't want you here. You don't represent us. We don't love you. You don't love us.
Let us have the same opportunity you and your parents and your grandparents have in this country. Many years ago, the ancestors came from different places and find in this land the opportunity to get a better life. We also want this better life. We also want to enjoy the freedom. We also want to enjoy what this country gives to us.
That's too many things to say, especially coming from a Hispanic background. It's like a strong feeling that we have, and I just can't really like pinpoint. I just don't ever want to meet him.
Shout out to Brad and Squeeze for being here at the Women's March 2018, and big up all my yardis who are out here today.
And we're back.
We are back.
And I'm still black.
And I'm still back.
You're still back.
I'm still back.
Welcome to the Brad and Squeeze Show. It's the noon edition, and we're here. We're pumped. We're ready to go. Once again, folks, remember, it's all about humanizing. It's all about helping a lot of folks out there. That was a great piece for those of you who were able to watch it. If you weren't able to watch it, that means you're listening to 93.5 WVIP FM, and you should be on Facebook, the Brad and Squeeze page. Now, remember, all you've got to do, ladies and gentlemen, is sign up for Facebook if you have not done so already, and simply just go to the page, share the page to your timeline, share it to 50 of your friends, build it all up, ladies and gentlemen, and let's rock and roll. What are we doing? Are we doing any news today? What are we doing? That was a great piece. And I know we got Carmela, the tax attorney, coming up.
We have Carmela with our tax attorney coming up because Trump changed all the tax laws.
Yep.
And it's actually not a tax cut for everybody. It's a tax cut for some. It's a tax raise for others, tax increase for others. So she's here to break it all down in a few minutes and what people can do to try to help save their taxes. You know what? We got a lot to do.
So let's rock and roll.
Calls.
Let's jump right into it. U.S. immigration questions we are answering right now. Call us at 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465. Slower. The number to call to get your immigration questions answered by the attorney, 1-800-529-5465. Make the call, make the link. We are ready to rock and roll. You have any calls, Brad?
Yes, we do. Sonia in Atlanta, Georgia.
Let's go to Georgia.
Hello.
Hi, Sonia.
Sonia, how you doing?
Good. What's up?
I'm doing fine, thank you. I was calling in because I had a question.
Go ahead.
I'm trying to determine what's my best option for citizenship, or if I may already be a citizen. I was brought into the country illegally as a child, but my parents included me on their citizenship documents when they applied for citizenship. And I'm also right now married to a citizen.
Well, all right, let's take a step back because I think you're mistaking citizenship and legal status, which is a green card. So it sounds like to me that you are out of status at the moment. How old were you when you came to America?
About 6.
You were 6 years old. What country are you originally from?
Nigeria.
Okay, and how old are you now?
37.
You're 37 years. So you missed DACA. You were actually too old for DACA, right?
Yes.
Okay. So, there are people here, Squeeze, okay, that just like Sonia, came as a 6-year-old. They've been here longer than the Dreamers. They were too old for DACA because there was a cutoff. You had to be under 31 years old on June 15th, 2012. And she was over 31 at that point.
You had to be 31 or under.
31 or under. There are people here who are 40, 50 years old who came here as 5, 6-year-olds as well.
Exactly.
It's just a randomly chosen date. Now, Obama, we're going to get to you in a second.
It would be nice
Sonia.
if they had amnesty for all those people.
Of course. Now, Obama, they're actually more deserving. I mean, everyone's deserving, but they've been here even longer.
Longer, right.
Now, Obama, in his second DACA, tried to correct it and said anybody at any age, as long as they came as a child, should be able to get DACA.
Right.
And that was struck down by the Supreme Court as overreaching by the president, which is why now Sonia has been out of status here for 31 years, came here as a 6-year-old. So you know nothing about Nigeria, obviously, Sonia, right?
Correct.
Tell me what you know about Nigeria.
No, it's in Africa.
It's in Africa? She knows about as much as we do, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And where are your parents now, Sonia?
They're here.
Okay.
In the States.
Do they have green cards?
Yes, they're citizens now.
Citizens.
They became citizens. Yeah, they were citizens when I was a minor.
What? Can I ask a question?
Yes.
What happened with you? Why didn't they do anything for you?
They did until I didn't actually realize that I was not a citizen until just last year.
So you were under the belief your parents told you were legal, or you were under the belief they just hid this stuff from you?
I won't say that they hid it, but because I have a social security card, I have documents, so
right.
I didn't know.
You were just unaware. I mean, how would you? You came here when you were 6. Why would you think anything?
So mom and dad never said anything to you about this?
How did do you know how they got their green cards?
No, I believe they just applied. They filed the paperwork.
Well, okay, there's no such thing as they just applied and filed the paperwork. Okay, there was a way that they got their green cards. Either it was they got it through the old amnesty. Is that possible?
Mom and dad is still around, right?
Yes.
Yeah, mom and dad.
Why don't you all get together and have a consultation with Brad?
The first thing is we need a powwow with mom and dad.
Because you never know what might pop up.
Well, let me ask you this question. How did the conversation happen? You thought you were legal here. You had a social security number. Nobody told you otherwise. Your parents are U.S. citizens. They apparently filed something, or maybe didn't file something for you. Who knows? They brought you here illegally as 6-year-olds. As a 6-year-old, how did this come up in conversation? How was it discovered? How did you discover that you're here illegally?
Well, last year when I got married, we were going to go on a cruise, and that's when it was brought up.
Oh, so you said, I need some document to go travel. I never had traveled before, whether it's a passport or whatever. So,
correct.
Okay, so, and you're married to a U.S. citizen?
Yes.
Okay, all right. And you came here, as far as we know, illegally. Is that correct?
Yes, because I don't have paperwork. Right. I can't. That's what's stopping me, I guess.
Of course,
now, I can't do legal entry. I don't have anything that shows legal entry. So.
Now, that's why we need a powwow with mom and dad. Okay? Because, by the way, your spouse, he's not in the military, is he? Or former military?
No,
okay.
No, he's not.
Okay. So what we need to do is we need to powwow with mom and dad. Mom and dad have to come clean. They have to tell us what they did to get their green card, who sponsored them, all the different processes they did for themselves and all the different processes they did for you. And the reason they have to do that is because we have to see if we can what's called grandfather you under the immigration laws. So if you had something in the system before April 30th, 2001, or your parents had something in the system before April 30th, 2001, in which you were a derivative beneficiary on that application because you were under 21 years old, you would be grandfathered under the old Clinton laws. And then you could pay a $1,000 penalty fee and get your green card here through your spouse. Otherwise, if that's not the case, then you're going to need to do what's called a provisional waiver. A provisional waiver is a waiver to waive your 10-year bar if you go back to Nigeria to pick up your green card. Obviously, you prefer to get your green card here, but as long as you don't have a criminal record, they can't hold you responsible for entering the United States illegally as a 6-year-old. Okay? So here, Sonia, you are a perfect person. Okay? You don't even fall under DACA. You're actually even more sympathetic than the DACA people. And there's absolutely no law for you, and there's nobody fighting for you. Okay? But you're exactly the person where when there was a women's march and people are saying, you know what, I got to start treating people like equals, they're talking about you, even though you're not even a member of DACA. All right, hold on. We're going to help you. You're going to get a green card one way or the other, hopefully here in the United States. Hopefully you don't have to go back and forth with a provisional waiver. But if you do, you do. It's not the end of the world. You'll get through, I promise. Okay?
Thank you so much. God bless y'all.
Thank you. Hold on 1 second.
Thanks
We're going to help you, okay?
The number is 1-800-529-5465. And no disrespect with this, but she doesn't even sound Nigerian.
No.
She sounds
American.
100% American.
Yeah, she actually sounds Southern.
Yeah, exactly.
Sounds like a Southern belle.
Yeah. She's been here since she was 6.
Yeah.
1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465. There's this video I posted on my Facebook. You got to go see it with the babies racing.
Yes, I saw that.
It's
cruel.
It went viral on my page. It's up to 20,000 views already.
It's cruel. It's cruel.
Oh, man. Anyway. All right, let's go to another call. 1-800-529-5465. Let's make that call, ladies and gentlemen, to Brad. And then we're going to be going to, of course, Anna down in Miami for the social media check-in. All right, let's go to this one.
Kevin.
Yeah. Hello, Mr. Brad.
How are you?
Everything's okay. I have a question. I have a friend that we citizenship last week. The immigration officer asked him about child support. He did pay 15 and 16. He carried those papers in with him. But the immigration officer asked him, what about the 17 last year? and he never bring that. So they said they gotta get back in touch with him, and he must bring that when they get back in touch with him. So do you have any concern about it?
I'm confused on the question. Somebody filed for their kids, but they didn't bring the birth certificate for the 17-year-old? Is that what you're saying?
No. He filed for his citizenship, and he never bring the 2017 child support.
Child support. Well, you got to bring it. You got to bring it. So they gave him time to bring it back, right?
They said they're gonna send him a paper in the mail when he's going to bring it to you.
Okay, fine. So as long as they send it and he's paying his child support, he should have no problem. He's just delaying his case. That's all.
Okay.
All right. Which is why you want to go, even on citizenship, you want to go with a lawyer, because if you had a lawyer on your citizenship interview, you'd be a citizen.
Yep. Long time ago.
Okay, hold on. All right.
1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465. Make that call, make that link, of course, to the Brad and Squeeze show. Let's go to another one, Brad.
Joseph in New York. Joseph.
Hi, Mr. Brad. How are you?
I
Good. I have two questions. If you can answer me, I would be appreciated.
Okay.
The first question is regarding the Form I-485. So adjusting from, I already granted asylum and I have green card, but now I'm applying for my wife to get the green card. So I brought her on the I-730, these procedures. But now when I'm filing the application, I faced one question that
How did you get your green card?
Through asylum.
Through asylum. Okay. And you were married to your wife prior to the grant of asylum?
Yeah.
Okay, fine. So she's included on that asylum case. And where is she now?
She's here with me in New York.
Okay, fine. And she was also allowed to stay here as a derivative to your asylum claim. Is that correct?
That's correct. Okay. She has everything.
Okay, fine. All right, so you're going to file the adjustment now. So what is your question?
My question, one of the questions they ask, do you receive public assistance?
Uh-huh.
So I have Medicaid, and my wife has Medicaid, and she received WIC checks.
Well, then
when I check USCIS,
that's the answer.
So this is not a public charge in the USCIS website. So I'm not sure what the answer, yes or no.
The answer is tell the truth. And then if you're not sure, how this is going to affect you, we would have to have a consultation. But you obviously tell the truth. If you're getting government assistance, okay, you check off the box, yes, and then it says, what is the government assistance? And on a separate piece of paper, you write down what it is. You tell the truth. If you have a concern that this is going to affect you as being a public charge, then have a consultation with us and let's see what's going on. Okay?
Yeah, the second part of the question, they ask you if you are willing to take more assistance from the government in the future. So the same thing is going to be yes or no.
Well, if you are willing to take assistance in the future, the answer is yes. If you're not, then the answer is no. Okay, but it's a totality of circumstances. They look at the totality of circumstances. So hold on one second, okay?
1-800-529-5465. That is the number for the law offices of Spar and Bernstein. It's the same number that you used to call the radio. It's the same number for the office. And don't forget, personal injury, family law, tax law, and yes, obviously immigration. Make sure you call us now at 1-800-529-5465. Let's go to another call.
Crystal in Chesapeake, Virginia.
Chesapeake.
Crystal.
Chesapeake.
Hello, good afternoon, guys.
What did I just say? Chesapeake.
Chesapeake.
Chesapeake, Virginia. That's what I said.
Chesapeake.
Chesapeake.
Chesapeake. What's up?
Just to speak.
Hi, I have a question for you, okay? Yeah. My husband, right? I'm on a temporary green card.
Right.
But we're having a little issue. Like, he always be creating problems.
I mean, big issue.
And I'm supposed to go back in the next 5 months.
What do you mean?
Renewal.
Let me question for you. Two questions. What are the issues he's creating, or what are the problems he's creating? And number two, when you say you're supposed to go back, what do you have right now?
I'm actually on a temporary.
You're on it's called a conditional green card for 2 years. And what problems are you living with your husband at this moment?
Not at this moment.
Okay, so you have separated from him already. Was there ever a time that you lived with him? Let's go there.
Yes.
Okay. And was there a time that you lived with him after the marriage?
Yeah.
Okay, good. All right, so this is the deal. You're separated from him, Okay, so in 4
Right.
months or 5 months, whenever you have to file 90 days before the deadline. So I'm not sure if you're saying in 5 months will be 90 days before the deadline, or the deadline's up in 5 months. I'm not sure, but either way, you got to file. Either way,
it expired in September 6th.
Okay, so in 5 months, you're coming up to the 90-day deadline. All right, so when you come up to the 90-day deadline, you have to file to remove the conditions of your permanent residence. You are a conditional permanent resident. And you can do it in one of 4 ways. You and your husband can sign the papers together and say you're living together and it's a real marriage, and here's the proof. You would be lying. You can file papers and say, I'm not living with my husband because he beat me up. I had to leave. My life was in danger. It's physical abuse. If that's the case, then, we can talk about that. The third way is you can say, I'm not filing with my husband, but there would be an extreme and unusual hardship to me if I were to return home because, God forbid, I have cancer, and the country that I came from has no treatments for cancer, things of that nature where, it's like life and death. Or lastly, you can get, and this is what most people do who separate, not everybody, but most people, you get a divorce from him. And if you get a divorce from your husband and you terminate the marriage, you can file to remove the conditions on your own, and you submit proof that, here's proof that it was a real marriage. We did live together. Here's proof that we lived together even after I got my conditional green card. Problem is, my husband caused problems. I didn't want to stay in an unhappy marriage, so I got divorced, and here's the divorce. And that's perfectly legitimate. The law doesn't require you to stay in an unhappy marriage. They just want to look back and make sure that when you got your green card, it was a real legitimate marriage. So those are your options. Okay? Certainly don't pick option 1, because then you'd be lying. I don't know about option 2 because I don't know about the abuse. I hope you don't have any debilitating disease.
Like whenever I get paid, you would like go there and you would like enter the account. You will drink it out.
Okay, so all right, so him taking your money out of your account or him drinking is not physically hitting you. So then, therefore, you would get a divorce.
Shout a lot, be screaming a lot, and all of that stuff.
You know what I think?
Screaming.
She needs to come in and see an attorney.
Get a divorce. Hold on.
Come on in. Hold on. All right, because you're gonna mess it up.
Right. Being drunken is not physical abuse.
Well, being drunken.
Hitting you.
Yes, it's a whole different thing.
Why do I hear something in the background?
I know. I hear something. I hear it. I thought it was just me.
Something in the background. Hold on.
Is it the call that you were on?
Maybe it was.
I think it was the call that you were on.
I didn't shut it off.
That, All right, let's go to another call. All right, let's jump right into it.
Shakira in Fort Lauderdale, Florida.
Shakira.
Hi, hello.
How are you?
How you doing, Shakira?
I'm good, thank you.
All is well?
Yes, all is well. Just calling to ask a question. Me and my husband, we got married on the 5th of December, and I just wanted to know if he could file for me before he filed for my daughter, because financially we don't have all the money to do filing for both of us together.
Yep, he can file for you first and do your daughter second.
Okay.
All right. Good luck.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. You know what we should do?
What should we do at 31 minutes after the hour?
Okay, let's speak to Joseph. We'll talk about USA Credit. We got to get to our social media check-in, and then we got Carmela in the hot seat.
Okay.
Joseph.
Yeah, Mr. Brad, I'm sorry, I did ask you that at the second question.
Oh, you were on
same
before.
guy.
Yeah.
Oh, he got on twice.
Lucky guy.
Yeah.
Lucky guy, because there's 100 other people. Hold on, Joseph, because there's 100 other people who haven't gotten
Brad's
on
being
once.
Brad now. He's like, it's not fair. Can't get on twice when there are other people.
In Brooklyn, yeah. Leroy.
Right.
And by the way, the people in the call center, I got to call them out. Come on.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes. Leroy.
Yes, hi. I have a question here. In regards to green card holders, like the ones that they have no expiration date that was issued from the 60s or the 70s, to your knowledge, are there a problem with those cards now?
Yes.
Re-entering the country?
Yes. Those cards are expired by regulation. You got to get a new card.
Even though it has no expiration on it?
Even though it has no expiration, there's a regulation that says they're expired.
Oh, okay. All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
1-800-529-5465. You want to take one more?
All right, let's take one more. Mike in Yonkers.
Hi, good evening,
what's up?
Brad, and it's Chris.
Hey,
I'm good.
Yeah.
I got a question regarding to my cousin. He got his 2-year green card through his wife. And during the 2 years, they got divorced, and they got remarried again. Question is, could he still apply for his 10-year, or is going to be a problem knowing that they are divorced?
1 second. So let me understand this. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So he got his 2-year green card.
Yes.
Okay. And then they got a divorce.
Yes, within the 2 year.
And then they got remarried again.
Uh-huh.
And now they want to file a joint application.
Yes.
They should file a joint application and be ready for a very long interview, and they should have a lawyer.
There you go. Solid,
Okay.
to the
Hold
point.
But it will be possible to get through with the 10-year, right?
If it's a real legitimate marriage and they got a real legitimate story on what happened, yes.
Uh-huh.
Got to
Okay, I
prove
see.
bona fides. Hold on. That was unusual, Squeeze.
Has anyone ever come to you and say, yeah, someone paid me to get married and I want you to do my paperwork?
Yes.
And what do you tell him?
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Can't do it.
And why is that so? Why would you
crime.
tell him goodbye?
It's a crime.
It's a crime.
Yeah.
A lot of people, honestly though, ignorance is a hell of a thing because a lot of people do not know that it's a crime.
It's a crime.
A lot of people do not know that you should not do a business marriage.
Mm-hmm.
People are very just not knowledgeable about the laws, and they think that I paid someone some money to get married to them, get my papers, and then they want to back out. It is a crime. Everything that you're doing is a crime.
Right.
On both sides.
That's right.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen.
We have clients, Squeeze, who have been arrested and are facing federal jail time for doing this.
Wow.
People are getting arrested for it.
People, be careful. That's all I got to tell you out there. All right. Let's not climb over the fence when you can walk through the door. And in most cases, you can walk through the door.
Okay. Let's talk USA Credit, Squeeze.
Let's talk.
I'll give you the honors.
You give me the honors?
Give you the honors.
All right. Where are we at? I want to see our numbers first, man. That's very important, you know.
It's 180, Squeeze.
At 180. All right.
180, Squeeze.
Okay, so why don't we just break it down a little?
Let's break it down, Squeeze. Let's break it down.
Anyway, people, listen up.
Already 3 down. I just mentioned the word USA Credit.
Thanks a
3
lot,
down.
man.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Yes.
thanks a lot. You know.
5 down. We haven't even started yet.
Ladies and gentlemen, all I've got to say is this. We've got a team of about 127 people standing by. Every single one of you that's out there that have not checked your credit for 2018 as yet, not just because you have a great credit score of 700 plus means that nothing is wrong with your credit. Identity theft and a whole lot is going on. So all I'm saying to you, every one of you right now, call to get your real credit score. People think that Credit Karma's credit score is correct. It's not. It's Vantage. You need your FICO score. Call now. Get a free consultation at usacreditrepairinc.com. Here's the number to call. 1-800-872-7177. That's 1-800-872-7177. Call right now. You'll get a 100% free consultation. It will cost you absolutely nothing to get that consultation. 1-800-872-7177. And thanks for the Page 21 crew for initiating that.
That was it.
That's it.
You sure?
I'm positive.
You may want to talk about it more.
Do not patronize me. All right. Don't even patronize me. Let's get back to business, man. All right.
All right. Anna Ascona. Let's get to our social media genie.
Anna.
Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
Hello.
Good. I'm feeling a little stuffy, but I'm good.
Feeling a little bit stuffy?
I'm getting a cold.
Oh, I'm sorry about that. You've been hanging out with Squeeze. He has a cold also.
I don't have a cold.
He has a sinus infection.
I have a sinus headache slash whatever.
You sent it to Miami.
Yeah. All right.
You're hanging out in the cold part of Miami. That's what it is. You need to hang out in the warm part.
It's actually going around now, and actually when it kind of like, when it gets really cold and warms up, or when it gets really warm and cold and the temperature fluctuates a lot, it seems to me, I'm not a scientist, but it seems to me that's when everyone gets sick, which is what's happening now.
I mean, Friday was cold, Saturday was warm,
Right.
Yesterday got a little warmer. I don't know how it's always changing.
Yeah.
So we have a couple questions.
Okay, let's go.
Alrighty. Shine Williams, what if you have a conditional green card, you live with your spouse, but you share nothing together in both people's names, like bank accounts, lease things, nothing at all? How much decrease are they on? I don't.
Well, Shine, part of being married is not just the way they define a real bona fide marriage. You have described something that is not a real bona fide marriage, at least according to the U.S. government. The U.S. government defines a real bona fide marriage in two parts. One, are you physically living together? You just said, yes, you're physically living together. The other part to prove that it is a real bona fide marriage for immigration purposes is that you share an economic relationship. Part of being married is sharing an economic relationship, which means you're paying the bills together, you have bank accounts together, you're doing your taxes together, all that type of thing. You just said you don't have it. So basically, if you were to go for your green card or remove the conditions, you would be denied under the laws, under the rules that immigration has set out. Because they will say this is not a bona fide marriage. You're not sharing in the economic relationship together, both the proceeds and the debts. Meaning the proceeds are you're commingling your funds that you earn, and the debts meaning you're paying the bills out of the marriage from those commingled funds. That's a bona fide marriage according to the Immigration Service. You haven't described it. So when you say what would happen, you could be denied.
Nika Thomas. Hi, Brad. How does my daughter, who was born here in the United States, have to file for me?
How does she?
Yes.
Well, she has to be over 21. And then if you're in the United States, she files an adjustment for you. And we can certainly help.
Sherry Ann Brown. Good afternoon. My friend's husband filed for her 16-year-old daughter, but she got denied. Can he appeal it?
Why was she denied? That's the question. You can appeal anything. So the answer is, for the short answer, yeah, you could appeal. But maybe you shouldn't be appealing because maybe they were correct in denying you. I don't know why you were denied. And if they were correct in denying you, that doesn't mean that you can't refile again and correct the reason why it was denied. The only time you appeal is to say they made the wrong decision. They should have approved me. I don't know whether they should have approved you or not because I don't have the records in front of me. That's why you have a consultation.
Lupe Orellana. Can my mother-in-law get a visa if I'm a citizen and my husband is a permanent resident? She was denied 2 times. Once because the paperwork was wrong and again because I'm a citizen and she doesn't have enough time her back home.
Well, so who's who? What's the relationship?
Her mother-in-law, can her mother-in-law get a visa if she's a citizen and her husband is a permanent resident? She was denied 2 times, once because of the paperwork.
Okay, I understand. She wants the mother to get a visitor's visa. Mother could go get a visitor's visa 100 million times. It doesn't mean they're going to approve her. She has to be able to show that she intends to return home. Now, if the husband's a citizen, and this is the mother-in-law, why doesn't the husband just file for her green card? Take 9 months, and then she can come as much as she wants.
Denise Phillips. Hi, Brad. I got married to my spouse when he came in to visit in 2014 on a visiting visa. Within 2 months of his visit here, I was a green card holder. Now I'm a citizen. We were together before I migrated to the U.S. He has been visiting every year for the last 2 years. It's been over a year since he comes to visit. How can I petition for him?
This is what's the relationship? It's her husband?
Yes.
File an I-130 visa petition. And by the way, for those listening on WVIP 93.5, this is the Brad and Squeeze Show. You are listening to the Rapid Fire Round. My name is Brad Bernstein from Spar and Bernstein, and the telephone number to call if you want to get your immigration questions answered is 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465, 1-800-LAWLINK, 1-800-529-5465. Let's continue, Anna.
Jody and Jody.
Make something about that, sir?
I want to file for my nephew in Jamaica. How can I file for him? What's the adoption process?
You have to. The child has to be orphaned. So let's figure out if the child is an orphan first before you do any adoption process.
JoJo, asking for a relative who put in all her paperwork, did her biometric in December, and recently saw a notice on the website early January that her I-486 isn't.
You got to talk, Anna. Can you talk closer to your microphone because I'm not hearing every word coming out of your mouth, which is why I'm asking again.
JoJo
much
is
better,
asking for a relative She put in her paperwork and did her biometric in December. Recently saw a notice on the website early January that her I-486 is in process and waiting to schedule an interview. What does this mean? She won't be getting her work permit?
She should be getting a work permit if she filed an I-765. She did her biometrics in December. If she did everything right, she should get a work permit by March. If she did everything wrong, she'll never get a work permit. She'll eventually get an interview for a green card if she did everything right, and that'll be in about 9 months.
Jay Carter. My wife is a GCH and she submits all her forms. We are waiting approval. Are they going to disapprove the I-35 or are they going to accept all of it and they should approve it?
What? She's a green card holder and what?
And she's waiting for the approval. She's a green card holder. She submits all the forms. We're waiting for the approval. Are they just going to approve the I-135 or are they going to accept all?
No, you're just going to say it's just an I-130 that they're going to accept. When you get married to a green card holder, it's a different process to get a green card than filing an adjustment through a marriage. And if that's what you did, it's very possible that Donald Trump's going to put you in deportation. You know, it's just time and time again, I tell people, just filling out a form and submitting it and hoping for the best is like the dumbest thing in the world. Get a lawyer to do it the right thing for you. You're putting yourself in risk of deportation. Continue.
Jody and Joe asked a follow-up question about her nephew. She said he is an orphan. He lives with a lady that his mom left him with.
Okay, so we have to strip the mother of her parental rights unless the mother's dead and the father's dead. So we have to do that and at the same time do what's called the pre-adoption here in the United States. So there's certain things that have to happen prior to bringing the child up. You're not going to adopt the child in Jamaica. If you adopt the child in Jamaica, you'll never get him here. You're bringing the child up to the United States to do an adoption here in the U.S. But we have to strip the mother of her parental rights. It's not enough that the mother just dropped it off with a lady. If the mother's parental rights have never been stripped, we got to do that. We also have to do a pre-adoption here, get a judge to approve that you're an okay fit parent to adopt a child.
Jay Carter, I got a cousin who overstayed on a B2 and now driving with a driver's license from a different country that is controlled by the U.S. Is that a major issue?
You can't draw. I can tell you what the laws are in the state of New York. If you're living in New York, if you're in America for more than 90 days, and you're driving, you need a New York State driver's license. And that's probably the law in most states.
Denise Phillips has a follow-up question about her spouse who visits back and forth. She said, my spouse plans to visit in a couple of weeks. Can I do an adjustment of status when he comes here, or should I do the I-130 while he's in Jamaica?
You can't come to the United States for purposes of getting a green card.
You sure about that?
Positive.
You're positive?
Yes. And if you're going to visit while an I-130 is pending, they're going to say you intend to get a green card. I would suggest she speaks with a lawyer.
No. I wouldn't suggest that. I would suggest she speaks with the lawyer as I play with my headphone.
Yes.
I don't know why Brad does that all the time. It seems like he's advertising for other attorneys. I always tell you not to do that, man. No, you pay absolutely no money for advertising this company. Why would you be here?
Right.
All right, so people call Spar and Bernstein, not another attorney. I got to correct a man who is advertising about his own company, advertising for other people. Call 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465. If not, then you should just start calling out other firm names in.
Okay.
Anyway, let's get to another call with Anna down in Miami. Or question, rather.
Dinah, my wife has a master hearing in February 1st. She doesn't have a lawyer. She go ask for an extension.
If this is her first time, she'll get a short extension, but there's no guarantee. She should go get a lawyer.
And if she doesn't have a lawyer, she should call you.
Yes.
There you go.
Correct.
There you go.
Right.
Jackie Lewis, I have an appointment to see you this week, but I was asking my husband's daughter to file for him 2 years ago. We got married. I called the lawyer. He said my husband can't file for me until 5 years. To the 5-year time.
Maybe did the husband get a green card through a different wife?
I believe the daughter filed for him.
Then the lawyer doesn't. No, as a permanent resident, you should file.
Maria Elizabeth Edwards, how long does it take for a green card holder to file for a spouse and minor children?
2 years.
That is the last question.
All right. Wonderful, Anna.
Okay.
Thank you very much for joining us again. And we will see you tomorrow at 9 a.m.
See you then.
All right.
Thank you. Anna Ascona down in Miami, Florida, doing our social media check-in, also known as rapid fire questions.
Yep.
Squeeze.
We got a few minutes left. I think we should continue. Do you have any questions there before we go?
No, let's see if we can find Carmela.
Carmela, oh, she's ready?
I don't know.
Our tax attorney is ready? To give her a visit, too. 1-800-529-5465 as we get ready for our tax attorney to come on the Brad and Squeeze show.
Right.
We must remind you that there is a tax department and division here at Spar and Bernstein where if you have tax issues and or problems, I say call her first. Don't just even think about it. Just call. Just call the number 1-800-529-5465 and tell them about your problem. Hey, set up a consultation. All right? 1-800-529-5465. By the way, someone hit me up about a child support issue last week, Brad, one of our credit repair clients. Is there a consultation fee for child support?
Yes, there is.
Okay.
And by the way, here's some breaking news. The Democrats have agreed, some moderate Democrats have agreed to reopen the government by voting to fund them for a short period of time with a promise to have a free and open debate on immigration within the next few weeks.
Okay. And was that accepted?
It seems that there's enough Democrats, moderate Democrats, who are joining Republicans to do that.
Okay.
What does a free and open debate on immigration mean? What does that mean for Dreamers? What does that mean for the 11 million people out of status in the Northeast, plus the other 30 million people that seem to not be counted? I don't know. All I can suggest, Squeeze, is right now, while the going's good, start your process. Because when you start your process, Squeeze, generally speaking, the government can't take your money, promise you a benefit, and then take it away. Generally speaking.
That's it.
That's my advice.
There you go.
1-800-529-5465.
Let me do my job. 1-800-529-5465. Once again, the Brad and Squeeze Show. Don't forget, each and every single weekday, 9 a.m., noontime, we're always here for you, and we're always ready to rock and roll. 1-800-529-5465. By the way, I caught up with you on Instagram, you and your kids.
Yes.
You all look like money.
Oh, thank you. You did say that.
I did say that.
Yes, thank you.
Like, you all look like money.
We were in tuxedos and black ties.
Yep. I was like, oh, wow. I could spend this family right here.
Right, yeah.
All right. Let's go to another call right here. Unless Carmela is ready.
All right, so let's go to Carmela.
Yeah, okay, let's find Carmela. And
hi, everyone.
Hello, Carmela. What are you laughing about?
Hi.
Carmela, don't forget, I gotta come see you.
Asked me if I'm ready.
I've been procrastinating. I gotta come see you.
All right.
Oh yes, sure.
All right. So what's going on, Carmela? I know you got a big job on your hands, especially this time of the year. It's tax time, so everybody's running around, scurrying around, saying, "Oh, I gotta go throw out my taxes." And she not only handled tax issues, Brad, she can also file your tax return.
That's right. But what people don't realize is that they have rights when either Carmela files their tax returns or somebody else files their tax returns and they owe money. You have rights.
Yep.
Okay? And let's talk about what those rights are. So if you owe a tax debt to the IRS, and this is Carmela, she's a tax attorney here at Spar and Bernstein.
Right.
You owe a tax debt. What are your rights?
Sure. Sometimes you may not be liable for that tax debt. And what is your rights is that you could always file an appeal with the IRS, and if that's not heard, you can also petition the tax court. And I actually have an example.
Tell me.
Of what happened. Sure. I had a client that was married at the time, and his wife withdrew from her pension $118,000. And now he was jointly and severally liable for $98,000 in taxes. And he was not a green card holder or a U.S. citizen. He was not even working at the time.
He was out of status.
I was out of status.
All right.
Correct.
Right, but got to pay taxes anyway.
Yeah, got to.
Right. So what happened is that he had since remarried, and then when he was filing his tax return with his wife, his refund and the wife's refund was taken to pay that tax debt.
From a
And then
marriage
the wife,
from years ago when he was out of status, that the wife did
Correct.
while he was married to her, because the ex-wife never paid back that tax.
Exactly.
That's crazy.
Exactly.
That's nuts.
Yeah.
So what happened is that I filed an innocent spouse relief, stating that my client is not liable for that tax debt, is liable for the ex-wife. It was rejected, and then it was also rejected by IRS appeals. So I petitioned the tax court, and I recently got a settlement offer from the IRS attorney that my client is not liable for the tax debt at all.
So he owed from $109,000 to $0. He must have had
Correct.
some relief when you were told that, right?
Quite
He
sure he
was
did.
so happy. The wife was so happy. They're right now in a much better position. But my point is saying that all those years prior, he was paying for a tax debt that he wasn't even liable for.
So that was his big mistake, is not coming to an attorney to say, you have a tax debt, what can I do about it? Instead, just accepting it and paying it.
Right. So my advice to all your listeners out there, even if you receive an IRS notice, come see a tax attorney, because you may not even be liable for that tax debt.
Now, it also it doesn't, the tax debt doesn't necessarily affect you getting a green card, but it certainly is going to affect you becoming a citizen.
Okay.
And quite frankly, if you want to become a citizen, you owe taxes unless you go on some onerous tax payment plan. You're never going to become a citizen unless you come to a Carmela who fights your taxes. What's the most typical way? That's not the most typical way you fight somebody's taxes, is it?
No, not necessarily. It could be like I had a client that recently came to my office where there was some income that was not reported, business income. So what the IRS does is just amend the tax return and then send him a bill for $16,000. But then he has certain rights to report those business expenses. Of course, the IRS is not going to tell you that. They're just going to send you a bill.
Right.
So in my other words,
what did you do in that case?
Sure, I'm in the process of amending his tax return to reduce his tax debt.
And
so my point is,
I'm sorry, go ahead. Yeah.
So my thing is to all your listeners, if you receive that tax notice and you're not too sure if you're liable for that tax debt or if you don't owe it, you should still always consult with a tax attorney.
Right, and you got one right here, and Carmela gives free consultations. It doesn't cost one penny. Nothing. Doesn't cost 1 penny to go speak to Carmela if you have a tax bill. In fact, if you have a tax bill and you don't go speak to Carmela, it's going to cost you the entire tax bill plus interest and penalties.
It's kind of dumb not to go to Carmela.
It's actually stupid.
Yeah.
Because you're going to save money, perhaps. If not, you're in the same boat. Boat's not worse. But the boat could get a lot better very fast.
Let me make it simple.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, you have absolutely nothing to lose but everything to gain if you call Carmela at the law offices of Spar and Bernstein at 1-800-529-5465. That's it.
Easy.
Just call.
Easy.
Yeah.
Easy breezy.
Yeah.
Breezy and squeezy.
That was easy.
Breezy and squeezy. Somebody said this.
That was easy.
That was easy, right. So you call Carmela at 1-800-529-5465. It's the same number to get on our show. It's the same telephone number for the law offices of Spar and
Same
Bernstein.
number for personal injury.
Same number for personal
family
injury.
law, tax law,
everything.
everything.
You only need one number. 1-800-529-5465. So Carmela, in the last 2 minutes, somebody comes to you with a notification that they owe a tax debt. What's the first thing you're going to do for them? Because they owe this money. Is there a way to get the IRS to hey, back off a little bit while we figure this out?
Well, obviously, if they retain me, I will contact the IRS to put a hold immediately on their account, stating that we're going to address this issue. And a hold prevents any collection action, meaning prevents any bank levies or wage garnishment.
So the fact of coming to a Carmela Waldron, a tax attorney here at Spar and Bernstein with a tax debt, not only are you going to find out whether or not she can try to fight that tax debt for you, if she does, it's going to be what most likely will be an immediate hold on the IRS trying to collect the money from you. That means the telephone calls will go away. That means the threats to garnish your salary or levy against your bank accounts or put liens on your property, that will all stop immediately.
Yes.
So give Carmela a call right now. If you have a tax debt, it's tax season.
Yeah. 529-5465. That's the number.
Correct.
Call her right this second and she's ready for you.
What's the biggest mistake? We got about 30 seconds. What's
Yeah.
the biggest mistake people make in this situation?
They immediately start paying the tax debt.
They start paying.
And they start paying it. And like I always say, the IRS is not there to help you, to tell you that you may not be liable for the tax debt, or maybe you need to amend your tax return, or give you other options of filing an offer and compromise application. They're just
They're just going to
immediately
take your
want
money.
payment.
So the
Exactly,
you
take
owe
your
a
money.
tax debt. The dumbest thing you can do is start paying it. The smartest thing you can do is speak to a tax attorney to see how you can attack it. Give Carmela a call right now. It's absolutely free. 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-LAWLINK. 1-800-529-5465. Prior successful results don't guarantee a similar outcome, Carmela. Thank you very much. Thank you, USA.
Brad.
Thank you,
Thank
USA
you, Steve.
Credit Repair,
Thanks to them.
for being our partner here. USA Credit Repair, 1-800-872-7177. 1-800-872-7177. They give you a money-back guarantee. Your credit's not up in 90 days. Money-back guaranteed. 1-800-872-7177. All brought to you by USA Credit Repair and the law offices of Spar and Bernstein at 1-800-529-5465. Thanks, Carmela. We're out of here.
Thanks a lot, Carmela. All right. Once again. The proceeding was informational only and not specific legal advice. Consult an attorney about your individual situation. Prior results do not guarantee a similar outcome in the future. To make an appointment with the Spar and Bernstein Law Firm located at 225 Broadway in New York City, call 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465. Easily remembered, 1-800-LAWLINK. That's 1-800-LAWLINK. Once again, make a call to 1-800-529-5465. And of course, link up with the law offices of Spar and Bernstein located at 225 Broadway on the 5th floor. If I were you out there, make the call, make the link, make the connection, make it Spar and Bernstein. 1-800-LAWLINK. That's 1-800-529-5465.
What are you doing?